Do you believe that one kind act can change your entire life? One evening, while walking through a crowded downtown street, a wealthy businessman noticed a homeless woman sitting near a closed storefront. She was holding a small child, wrapped in a thin blanket, trying to protect him from the cold wind. People passed by without looking, pretending not to see her. But he stopped. For some reason he couldn't explain. Something about her eyes, tired yet full of quiet strength, caught his attention. Without asking questions, he reached into his wallet and handed her a thick stack of cash. "This should help you get a room and food," he said. The woman stared at him in shock. "Thank you. Emily always said there are still good people in this world." The name hit him like lightning. Emily was his wife. She had died 20 years ago. Before he could react, the woman thanked him again and quickly walked away, holding her child close. He stood there, frozen. The entire night, the words echoed in his mind. The next morning, something even more unbelievable happened. He saw the same woman standing near his wife's grave. Why was she there? The soft gray light of an autumn morning covered the cemetery as Michael Carter walked along the familiar path. Fallen leaves crunched quietly under his shoes. He carried a bouquet of white roses, Emily's favorite, just like he did every week for the past 20 years. To outsiders, Michael Carter was the definition of success. Founder of a multi-million-dollar logistics company, owner of luxury apartments, investor, philanthropist. But inside, he still felt like a man whose life had stopped 2 decades ago. Emily had been his partner in everything: business decisions, dreams, plans for the future. She wasn't only his wife, she was his best friend, his support system, the person who made life meaningful. After her sudden illness and death, the world lost its color. He kept working, building, expanding the company, but emotionally, he never moved forward. Friends encouraged him to remarry. He refused. To him, loving someone else felt impossible and wrong. The cemetery became his sanctuary, the only place where he allowed himself to feel. As he approached the gravestone, he suddenly noticed a figure standing nearby. A woman, holding a child. It was her, the same woman from the street. She was looking at the gravestone, tears running down her face. "Thank you, Emily. You saved me when I thought everything was over," she whispered softly. Michael's heart pounded. The woman turned and saw him. Recognition flashed across her face. You knew her?" he asked. She nodded slowly. "She saved my life." They sat in a small coffee shop near the cemetery. The child played quietly with a toy car someone had given him. Her name was Sarah. Her story came out in fragments, hesitant at first, then flowing like a long-held confession. Years ago, her apartment building had burned down in a nighttime fire. She escaped with her newborn son, but everything else was gone. No money, no family support, no place to live. She was desperate, hopeless. That was when Emily entered her life. "She didn't just give me money," Sarah said, her voice shaking. "She stayed with me, talked to me, found resources. She helped me find a family willing to adopt my baby so he could have a stable future. I didn't want to lose him, but I wanted him to have a chance." Michael felt his chest tighten. He never knew. Emily had never talked about this. "She told me I wasn't a bad mother," Sarah continued. "She said sometimes love means letting someone else give your child what you can't." Michael looked down at his hands, overwhelmed. For 20 years, He believed he knew everything about his wife, but now he realized there were parts of her kindness he had never seen. That evening, back in his penthouse apartment overlooking the city skyline, Michael opened an old wooden chest that had belonged to Emily. He had never touched it before. Inside were neatly organized letters, notebooks, photographs, memories. He found a letter addressed to Sarah. Emily's handwriting was unmistakable. "Dear Sarah, I know how hard this decision is. You are stronger than you think. Your son will grow up knowing he was loved from the very beginning." Michael's vision blurred with tears. There was also a photograph, Emily holding a baby boy, smiling. He realized something profound in that moment. Emily's kindness had been bigger than their marriage, bigger than their private life. She had changed people's futures, and he had never fully seen it. The next day, Michael contacted a private investigator. If Emily had helped Sarah's son find a new family, he wanted to know what happened next. Weeks later, the investigator returned with information. The boy had been adopted by a stable, loving couple. His name was now Daniel. He was a college student, successful, kind. Michael felt an unexpected wave of emotion, pride mixed with grief. Emily had saved a life. Meanwhile, he continued helping Sarah. He rented her a hotel room, bought clothes for her and her child, used his connections to arrange job interviews. For the first time in years, Michael felt something shift inside him. Helping her gave him purpose. It felt like continuing Emily's mission. One evening, Sarah's little boy looked at him and smiled. "What's your name?" Michael asked gently. "Mike," the child said. Michael froze. His own nickname, a coincidence, or something more. Eventually, Michael arranged a meeting between Sarah and Daniel. They chose a quiet cafe outside the city. When Daniel walked in, Sarah started shaking. He looked so much like her. Same eyes, same smile. Time seemed to stop. "Are you my biological mother?" Daniel asked carefully. "Yes," she whispered through tears. They stood up and embraced, years of separation collapsing into one moment. Michael watched from a distance, his heart full. Emily would have been proud. Later that night, standing on his balcony, looking at the endless city lights, Michael whispered into the wind, "Thank you, Emily. You're still changing lives." A gentle breeze touched his face. For the first time in 20 years, he felt peace, because he finally understood something. Love doesn't end when someone dies. It continues through the lives they touched. And by helping others, he wasn't losing Emily. He was honoring her and finding his own reason to live again.